Coach Phillips joins us for our third segment tonight. And Coach, before we jump into Illinois State, to have a weapon like Brendan Kilpatrick, that's really got to be special.
You know, field position plays such a critical role in a football game, especially this weekend. We're going to have some weather conditions, stuff that you can't control, whether it's wind, rain. And knowing that you have a guy like Brendan that can, keep the ball and bury it deep in there and make them earn it, go a long field, is huge.
I know you'd like to see him on the field, but as the holder, right?
Yes.
Instead of punting.
Yeah, I'd rather it be for extra points, so that's where I'd like to see him playing most.
Good. Coach, let's talk about Illinois State a little bit. They're 4-2. They're 1-1 in the conference. This series over the last 32 games is tied to 16.
It's been great games, and this is our second year. We're going back to Illinois State. It's their homecoming. It's going to be probably a big crowd. But they're just a big, physical, tough football team. Starts with their defensive lines. They got an All-American linebacker, Ty Niekamp, whose dad's the defensive coordinator. And offensively, they got great weapons. They got All-American wide receiver, that's been there forever. He has close to 3,000 yards receiving, Daniel Sobkowitz. And then Tommy Rittenhouse is a great quarterback.
Yeah, we talked about him yesterday. He's like 45 and has been there for like 38 years.
Yeah, they've been there a long time. And they make plays. I mean, they go up. Daniel's 6'3", they do 50-50 balls, and he's probably 80-20, meaning he'll catch 80% of them.
You guys have had success. 3 of the last 4 games, you guys came out victorious.
Yeah, they've been great games. Even last year, they got ahead. We tried to fight back a little bit too late. The previous years ended, Andrew Lastofka hit a last-second field goal in the ice castle, and 3 years ago, I think it was 50. It felt like 50-mile-per-hour winds. Yeah. Coach Back elected to kick off both halves, which tells you how strong the wind was. And it took a last-second touchdown, Bryce Oliver, to get a win. So that's every week in this league, and you got to be ready to battle for 4 quarters.
Coach, the challenges of going on the road again for a second straight week.
Yeah.
You guys have done this, but again.
Yeah. And we travel well, and it's just figuring it out, and it's about being ready. We travel well. We give the guys as much rest as they possibly can, feed them well. We got to be ready right from the get-go and play a 4-quarter. We got to show that consistency. That's something I feel like the chess pieces, we have the players. Now it's bringing and putting it all together and playing for 60 minutes, and we got to do it this Saturday on the road.
And that seems to be, the battle cry is just playing that full 60 minutes. You can't take a playoff, can you?
No, you can't. And there's going to be highs and lows of the game and how you handle those. And you try to prepare, you try to get that mindset, hey, they're going to make some plays. They got some great players. You got to hang in there, and you got to battle back. We're going to make some plays. And at the end, it comes down to who executes the best, offensively, defensively, and special teams.
We're going to take a look at the rest of the Missouri Valley Conference schedule. But, Coach, I remember a long time ago, a coach told me, there are 15 to 20 plays that really decide the game.
It comes down to that. And it's never one. It's a combination of plays that it comes down to, and you got to minimize your mistakes, especially when you go on the road. It just makes it much tougher.
Well, you touched on it a little bit. You have to get off to the good start. Hopefully that will happen on Saturday. You get a nice little following here tonight with some of your special teams players.
Yeah.
And we wish you the best of luck on
Fed
Saturday.
them great food here at Bull and Bear. Nice big bill to pay, but it's worth it. So go Gwins.
All right. When we return, we'll talk with the special teams coordinator of the Penguins, Pat Shepard, when Penguin Game Day continues.